The boy who traded his voice. In a cheerful village nestled between rolling hills and wide open skies, everyone was known for something. Echo Hollow, a place where every child had a gift, a talent that made them shine. Some could leap so high it looked like flying. Others painted sunrises that made even grown-ups stop and stare. There were dancers who spun like petals in the wind, singers whose voices rang like bells at sunrise. And in the middle of it all lived Nilo. He was kind, quiet, always watching, always listening. But what set Nilo apart was something no one else seemed to care about. His voice. It wasn't loud or dazzling. It didn't demand attention. It was soft, gentle, honest, like the breeze that whispers through the window just before dawn. But in a world that clapped for noise, cheered for sparkle, and chased after big talents, Nilo's quiet gift went unheard. Day after day, he sat beneath the willow tree near the village square, humming songs he made up as he went. Songs that only the birds, the butterflies, and the wind seemed to notice. And sometimes, just sometimes, he wondered.
Maybe being quiet just isn't enough.
One evening, after yet another day of feeling invisible, Nilo walked home slower than usual. He passed the dancers practicing, the painters brushing, the jugglers juggling. No one looked his way. The sky grew darker, the stars blinked awake, and then a single firefly hovered near his face, then another and another. They circled him, softly glowing, and began to drift down an old cobblestone path he had never noticed before. Drawn by something he couldn't explain, Nilo followed. The path led him beyond the edge of Echo Hollow, into a quiet clearing. And there, floating in the air like a dream, was the strangest thing he'd ever seen. A market, but it had no stalls, no sellers, just soft, glowing jars suspended in the air. They whispered, not in voices, but in feelings. This was the Whisper Market, a place that only appeared to those who felt unseen. A voice, neither kind nor cruel, spoke into his mind.
Trade what you have for what you want.
Nilo's eyes moved from jar to jar.
Fame, confidence, strength, charm.
And then, one caught his breath.
Belonging.
A feeling he'd never truly felt. The jar glowed brighter as he reached toward it.
In exchange, your voice.
The whisper returned. He paused. His heart thudded. What was a voice worth anyway if no one heard it? He closed his eyes and nodded. The jar of belonging spun once, and Nilo felt a warmth pull from his chest. The Whisper Market faded into the stars. The next morning, something was different. Kids waved at him. Mira called him over. Zane saved him a seat. He was suddenly seen, liked, part of the crowd. He laughed when they laughed, played when they played. And yet, inside, something was quiet, still. A space where his songs used to live now felt hollow. He tried to hum, no sound. He tried to sing in his mind, but the melody was missing. Every time someone praised him, he smiled, but it felt borrowed, like wearing someone else's jacket. The feeling of belonging came with a cost. He no longer belonged to himself. A week later, Echo Hollow was buzzing with excitement. The grand festival of talents, the biggest event of the year. This time, everyone cheered for Nilo to be the final act. The spotlight, the star. He stood on the stage, the whole village watching. He opened his mouth, and nothing came. Not a note, not a hum, just silence. A silence heavier than 1,000 sounds. Mira's voice broke the hush.
Is he okay?
But Nilo turned and ran, past the stage, past the crowd, past the willow tree that once listened to his songs. He returned to the place where the Whisper Market once appeared. He sat, he waited. Nothing. Until a single firefly blinked in the dark, then another, then more, gathering around him like old friends. The Whisper Market shimmered into view once more. The voice returned.
To take back what was yours, you must give something greater.
It said. Nilo didn't hesitate. He offered his fear. He offered his sadness. He offered his truth. And slowly, his voice returned. Not just the sound, but the meaning behind it. Back at the village, the festival was ending, but Nilo stepped onto the stage one more time. No lights, no clapping, just a voice. His voice, real, quiet, whole. He sang, a song of losing and finding, of hiding and returning, a song of truth. And this time, the village listened, not because he was loud, not because he was chosen, but because he was himself. Moral of the story, never give up your true self just to fit in. Your uniqueness is your superpower. In a world full of voices, it's easy to feel unheard, but the loudest sounds aren't always the most powerful. Sometimes the voice that changes everything is the one that stays true to itself. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more fun stories with important lessons. Click the bell icon so you never miss a new story. See you next time. Bye-bye.